First off, like 2 years ago, I had this idea of turning our memory verses into video games to try and make the kids want to learn them more. So I started on that, and then about a year ago I realized, it could also be used for us to play the memory verses and the worship songs as teachers. So the app has 2 modes, teacher mode and student mode. Okay? So I want to discuss them both. First, though, there's a little annoyance that we have found with apples with the testing we've done so far. If you notice on this, we have on the side of Apple phones, there's this little annoying switch. And that switch, if it's flipped toward the back of the phone, you will hear nothing. And nothing works. And I've gotten several discussions from people on, why can't I hear any music? I've got the volume up full. Won't work. You got to switch it toward the screen, and then it works. Okay? So now, the app itself.
Just so you know, also the new phones, like 16, you have to go into the settings, sounds and haptics, and you have to make sure it's not in silent mode.
Okay. So it starts off with loading. So what I've got is teacher mode to begin with. Let me start with change player, which is where most of you will start. So
please enter your name in the top line,
Yep.
then how your name sounds in the second line, and you can click the button next to the second line to see if I say it right, and then MIAs.
Got it quiet. It talks to you to explain to you in case you can't read. So in this, you want to start in with putting in your name. So I will use my nickname, and then down here. But I'm not sure the Y is going to sound right, so I'm going to spell it the way it's phonetically spelled in this line.
Bree.
And then I can try that and see if that sounds right. And then the age. Now the age, if you want teacher mode, then your age must be 175. Okay? Which is the age of Abraham when he died. Okay? And we're not sharing that with any of the kids, so you guys, you're forgetting that, right?
Okay, so don't put your actual age.
Yeah, not your actual age. You want to put 175 if you're a teacher mode. Okay? So we put in the 175. Now, again, iPhones. They have this annoying thing that the keyboard doesn't close after you put in the age, so I've had to add this button that says close keyboard. For now, the one you have doesn't have that. The way to get around it is you click up above where it says name, and that will close it. And then whether you can read or not. If you can't read, the thing is very annoying because it talks to you constantly about everything. And then you hit save.
Click on your name and tap the play button on the bottom left or the edit button on the bottom right, or if your name is...
So this is student mode. Comes up, very cutesy. Has an animal pal, has a speaker which will tell them what to do if they want, and asks, are you Brian? Thumbs up for yes. And it takes you to the verse sheet, which looks very much like teacher mode. Except down here at the bottom, we have pals, rides, codes, and change player. With this, you tap on a verse. So let's go with this one. Second verse. Now, if you notice down here, there are now buttons for games that the kids can play. Okay? But before they can play them, they have to play the song through once. So, let's play the song. Read loudly. Okay, so now we've got our 4 buttons that we can play the various games with. Click on, well, let's start with the race game. And you basically are trying to find the right word for the game. The higher on the the higher on the screen you click, the faster it goes. Lost my mouse. There it is. Okay.
Sure, we can do it without crashes.
Yes, I'm sure we can. If I manage to do it without crashing the first time, I get an in-game reward of a new car to ride. Okay, so that inspires them to keep going. If we do the other one, I cannot see the mouse on this screen with the lights on. So we'll discuss that now. If I do the other one, the Foursquare game, then it gives me a new animal pal. So they get in-game rewards for doing it without a mistake the first time. The Castle Run is kind of like the old Mario games. That one you don't get the in-game reward, it's just for fun. Thank you, Mary Ann. That's much better. Okay, so
UAPN. Well, superb. Good thinking. Pick again. Keep it up. Nip right on. Superb. That is beautiful. Good thinking. Nice going. Love it. UAB. Nice go. Not bad. I am.
Then, down at the bottom of the screen where you get the pals, you can see different pals that I've gotten from practicing it. And you can change to a different one. All right? Same with the rides. Now the codes here, if they not only do it without a mistake, but do it very, very fast, then they can get a reward code which it says take to your teacher. Okay? What I want is when they bring it to the class, then you give them either a point toward your prizes or give them something very inexpensive, like something you buy in bulk from Amazon for like 20 cents. Okay? The reason for that, what I want them to do is, if you look on this page, there is a share game code. So in the next version, when I get the updates done, this page will have those same QR codes I was using back there to load it into their phones. So now they can take it and go share it with their other friends at school. Their friends start playing the games. They get the reward code and they say, well, I want to turn a prize. So now they come to you at club and you say, well, you have to be part of the club. Here's a sign-up sheet. And then when they finally get the sign-up sheet, they come and you say, okay, you have to sit through the club, and at the end of the club, we're going to give you your prize. Okay? I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more people in club. Okay? Now, let's go over to the teacher side. where I have
Is this
Mr.
something we could send the code to the parents to load the phones?
Once I do I've got to do an update in a couple of weeks. I'm waiting for Google to approve the thing so it can be just downloaded without the pain that it is now. It's going to be something where I'll have them printed out for you, so you'll have a stack of them for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause a lot of parents, they don't let the kids load apps, so.
Yeah. Oh, and the reason I have multiple accounts, one parent might have 3 kids. So each kid can have their own account to play. All right? All right. So now we're going to go with Mr. Goss, the teacher. Here we have a few more options. Down here we have short at the moment, which is the length of the verse it's going to play. The other options, though, you have super short and long. Okay? And they're all on the app already. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. You don't need Wi-Fi to use the app. So you can have no Wi-Fi, no phone connection, be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and you can play the music on the app. Okay? All right. The other button here, the one that has repeat, stop, continue, random. Thank you. Please. Yes. I actually meant to put it on focus, but I forgot to. All right. With it on repeat, when the music is done playing the verse, it's going to immediately play the same verse again, and again, and again. If you put it to continue, and you start verse 1, it's going to then switch to verse 2, and verse 3, and verse 4, until you tell it to stop. So just like our little all-verse video that used to play them all for you, that will do the same thing. Okay? Then...
Be strong and of good courage. Do not...
Stop. Once it's done playing the verse once, it stops. Random. Last year, I was noticing you guys doing these random verses. So you would go through and, I'll just do across the tops. So I put in a random button. Now the way it works, if I push on, say, verse number 15, 1 Peter 3:18, it will randomly play all the verses from verse 1 to verse 18 in a random order. It will play them once, and then it goes back to this verse list. So that way you don't have to try and figure out, okay, have we played them all now? It will automatically go back to the list and be done. All right? So that's the verses, and let's see. Presently playing the short version. As soon as it's done, jumps to the next one, and now it's on super short. Okay. Of course, those all work too. Okay. Now we got the top part. Game code check. So now your kid has brought you this game code. How do you know it's a legitimate code? I don't know. Click on this, and you enter the code. Now, the letters and numbers at the top are kind of give you a clue of what should be in each box. Okay? So the first one has to be a letter, and I'm just going to guess and put in some numbers and see what we get. So if they were to just try and guess at something, once it's all filled in, the check code goes green. Click it, and it tells you. The first letter of the clubber's name starts with W. So if Bob brings this to you, you might suspect it's not him. They did verse number 23. We've only got 21 verses. Probably not correct. And it's from the year 2022. I don't think so. And they did it on the October 38th. So if they try to give you a random number, something is probably not going to make sense on there. And then you ask them, you sure that's right? Now, the only thing that's not useful for deciding if it's really a valid code is the number of seconds it took them to do it.
Yeah.
I put that in there so that once you see, yes, it's a valid code, you can then congratulate them. Wow, you did it in only 261 seconds. That's really awesome. Now, I'll tell you, depending on whether they can read or not, depending on which game they played, you could see times anywhere from 0 seconds to about 400 and still win and get the reward. It all depends. But just congratulate them.
Yeah.
Okay? The other thing it does is after you've checked it, it records that number in your phone. So if they try to bring you the same code next week, it'll say, no, 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 that's been used. Okay? So you should probably have one person in your clubs assigned to check codes. Because it doesn't spread them over lots of phones. It's only the phone it was typed into. All right? And the last thing is the worship music. So we go to this. Now, I would really like to get rid of this power cord I'm tripping on. You notice I've got scroll stop up and then down. If you put your finger on this and then slowly scroll down, just a little bit down, and it scrolls slowly. Further down, scrolls really fast. And same up. Okay? So that way, it should be easy for you to scroll. You know, it's just a little bit down, it's slow. Down to the bottom, and it's flying. And I'm already to the bottom. Okay? Now, do you notice the silver scars here? Last year we were discussing making playlists and all this. This is very easy to make a playlist. Say we want 3 questions in our playlist. We hit the silver star next to the 3 stars, and the song vanishes. What it's done is it sorted it to the top of the list. So when you first come from the verse list into the worship music, it's always at the top of the list. So now let's go back to the top. And you notice we have 3 questions right at the top there. Okay? So we can add in a couple more. I like this one. It's now there. And that one. So there's my playlist. If I decide, you know, maybe 3 questions isn't time yet, click the gold star next to it, and now it's back down in the other list. So you don't have to delete anything, you don't have to move anything, all you're doing is click a star, and it's done. And now, to play it, you actually just click on the song title.
The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E, Bible!
Very nice. I got 2 stop signs here. This one just stops the music. Okay? This one says what's going to happen when it's done playing the music, just like it was with the memory verses. So here we have continue, but only the 2 with the stars. We have random, which will literally pick a random song from anywhere in the list. About the only thing I can tell you is it shouldn't pick the same song twice in a row. But it might pick it the next time after that. Okay? Repeat, if you really love that worship song, keep listening to it. And continue will literally just go through the whole list. Doesn't care whether it's starred or not, goes through the whole list. I did that on the way down to Orange County and back. I was down to about the P's when it stopped. Okay? And then I'm back to stop. All right? So that's essentially the entire app. Any questions?
It's really great, Brian.
Yes, Julie.
The worship music, the songs, are those the ones we had last year? The
Yes.
same list?
There's actually 5 new ones that we just downloaded from CDF Press, but other than that, yes. The titles on them, I was informed, had some mistakes in the titles. So it's fixed on my computer, and it's fixed on 2 phones that I had to download it straight off my computer. Everyone else, it's going to be updated in about 3 weeks. Yes.
So last year's app is just redundant, we can get rid of it,
If you don't need it, don't want it, you can get rid of it.
because everything here is on it.
Yeah. There is one other thing I should show you. I know a lot of you like to keep last year's stuff. And so down here on this, I have added those, which I haven't filled in yet. So we'll have all the other years.
Oh, wow.
So past years will be there, just not yet. And voice settings. Let's see. That is basically affects what the students hear when the voice is going on. And different animals get different voices, so this helps you with figuring that out. And sound settings. I'm adding volumes. Yours don't have that yet. It'll come in about 3 weeks. Okay. All right, now I saw another question. Yes.
Once we have this app, can we delete the test flight app?
I'm not sure. I would say just leave it.
Okay,
So are the memory verses, these verses, are they only accessible through the app, or can we use the download that you used to give us?
If you have the download, then you can use it. Sure.
Because it was so much easier than all this stuff. I
But
don't
this,
know.
honestly, once you get used to it, you'll find this is very easy.
Yeah,
It just takes a little bit of practice.
right, and as far as those games, I mean, not all the kids, most kids that we have don't have a phone.
If you give it, when you have the paper, which I'll give you in a few weeks, they take it home, their parents put it on their phones, and they play with it at home on the parents' phones.
Okay. So
Okay.
it can only be done on the parents' phone, not on their computer?
Not on a computer at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Where do you get the game code again? The game code.
When they do the games very, very fast, then it'll give them the code. And then they copy it down and bring it to you.
Okay, so I'm on that page.
Yes.
How do you get to that game?
To the games, you would have to change to an account that has an age other than 175.
So we need to have 2 on our phones.
No.
One that's a teacher and one, the 2 players. One
Yes.
that's a teacher and one that's a student.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Because it doesn't show the games on the teacher.
Right.
Right?
Each person gets different things. Teachers look like this. Students look like that. Any other questions? Yes.
The settings, is that coming in? Because it's not on my app.
Yeah, that's coming in a few weeks. Anything else?
So are all the phones done into that?
No. There's 2 that I need to talk to, and you're one of them. To
Okay.
take care of that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? Okay, I'm going to head back to the back. And if you come up with a problem, other than that, I'm guessing pizza's here because we're 15 minutes behind schedule already.